Matrix multiplication. Alright, so here I want to show you how to multiply matrices. So multiplication of matrices is quite easy but tricky. So that's why I want us to spend more time on this topic, so that there's no one who will miss what we're trying to do. Okay, so when it comes to matrix multiplication, there are some prerequisites that you have to know, or that you have to really understand, so that you won't be making any mistakes or maybe having some misunderstandings. First of all, let me emphasize on matrix, on the order of your matrix, because you have to be very clear on that one. In the previous videos, we said the order of a matrix is the size. The order is the size of the matrix. Is the size of the matrix, and we said is the size of the matrix, which is being determined by the number of rows against the number of columns. For instance, we said if we have a matrix A, this matrix is a 3 by 2 matrix. The order is 3 by 2 because we have 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2 columns. Again, we said we first calculate the number, we first count the number of rows, then we count the number of columns. We start with the rows, then the columns. The rows are the horizontal elements, then the column are the vertical elements. That's one point I want us to really understand. Going forward. Okay, another point to recall. So this student doesn't want to work now. Doesn't even want to erase. Interesting. Anyway, another point to note is that I think I've created a video. I did actually a video on how to determine whether matrix multiplication is possible or not. Okay, we said if we're given a matrix, like I can recommend anyone who's watching this video to go back and watch that video again. If we're given a matrix like 2 matrices to be multiplied, 2, 4, then 3, 1, being multiplied by 7, 1, 0, 0, then 2, 3. We said before trying to multiply the matrices, we have to first check the order of the matrices. So this first matrix here is a 2 by 2 matrix, meaning we have 2 rows and 2 columns, and this following matrix here is a 2 by 3 matrix. We have 2 rows, we have 3 columns. Alright, we said for matrix multiplication to be possible, the number of rows of the first matrix is this one on the left. I mean, actually not the number of rows, the number of columns of the first matrix. So then the columns are being represented by this number should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So it should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So this matrix have also 2 rows, this one. because there's 2 represent the number of rows, then there's 3 represent the number of columns. So we're saying these 2 numbers should be equal for matrix multiplication to be possible. Then after we've discovered that they are equal, just like in our example they are equal, you then deduce that your answer, the order of your answer will then be a 2 by 3. Alright, so we are saying these inner numbers here are important to us because they tell us if matrix multiplication will be possible or not. And then the outer numbers here, these ones, they tell us the order of our answer. Alright, I want to talk about this one very clearly. So I will make another example because I don't want us to miss these important points. I'm saying, again, I'll make an example of a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 3. This is a 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 3. I'm saying for matrix multiplication to be possible, these 2 numbers should be the same. Then the moment they become the same, you know that the matrix multiplication will be possible. Then, because this is multiplication, I'm then saying now your answer that you are going to get, the order of your answer will be a 2 by 3. So these outer numbers are then used to find the order of your answer. So meaning your answer will be a 2 by 3 matrix, meaning it will take the shape of this matrix because this matrix is also a 2 by 3 in this case. So it will be like this. A 2 by 3 matrix, meaning it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Your answer will be like this. So that's what you have to firstly check. You have to firstly check before proceeding with the multiplication itself. You check whether the matrix multiplication is possible by first checking if the number of columns in the first matrix is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So you are checking if the inner values here are equal or not. Then the moment they become equal, you know that matrix multiplication is possible. Then going forward, now we want to determine the order of the answer, like of the product of the matrices. To determine that, you now use the outer values, which is 2 and the 3. We now know that your answer will be a 2 by 3 matrix. So we are expecting something like this. Alright, so still I haven't started calculating the matrix multiplication. I'm still showing you how to determine if matrix multiplication is possible, and again after determining that how to find the order of your product. Let me make another example. I have 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 7, and I have 7, 2, 1, 1, 0, 3. Alright. Okay, firstly we're determining the order of the matrices. The first matrix, its order is 2 by, no, it's a 3 because we have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. It's a 3 by 2, 2 columns, 1, 2. The second matrix is 2 by 3. 1, 2 rows, 1, 2, 3 columns. Alright. So is this possible for matrix multiplication? The answer is yes. Why? Because the inner values here are equal. So we're saying matrix multiplication is possible, number one. Number two, what will be the order of your answer? Your answer's order will be 3 by 3 by 3. 3 by 3. Now we use the outer values to determine that. Alright. So meaning we're expecting our answers to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It will be 3 by 3. 3 rows, 3 columns. That's the answer we're expecting. So I haven't started calculating. I'm still showing you the basics. Another example. It will be easy with time. You'll see it's a matter of understanding. All right. So okay, now let me try to make a different example for us to really appreciate what we're doing. Okay. So the first matrix here, remember the order of so this is the first matrix, this is the second matrix. So if maybe they've put the question like this, this is not the same as this is not the same as 7 1 2 4 multiplied by 7 4 7. So that's 2. This is not the same. Anyway, we'll talk about this going forward. So I just want to point that. So the first matrix now it's order 3 by 1. We have 3 rows. We have 1 column. Then the second matrix is just a 2 by 2. Again, before trying to multiply these two matrices, we have to determine whether it's possible or not. Alright, so are these two numbers the same? And the simple answer is no. The moment you say it's no, so we're saying matrix multiplication here is impossible. So now we don't have to even try to multiply. It's just impossible. You cannot be able to compute matrix multiplication here. Alright, so we don't even have to try. Alright, so this is just the let me say part 1 of matrix multiplication. Then I will create the second video shortly.